Roll unit. Defender. Power up. Weapon level 2. Power up. Weapon level 3. Power up. Emergency. Power up. Power up. Bonus. Power up. Defender. Power up. Bonus. Power up. Bonus. Power up. Power up. Bonus. Defender. Power up. Bonus. Emergency. Power up. Power up. Defender. Bonus. Power up. Power up. Power up. Bonus. 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 One hour up. Bonus. Power up. Power up. Emergency. Roll unit. Power up. Weapon level 2. Power up. Weapon level 3. Power up. Defender. Power up. Power up. Power up. Power up. Bonus. Defender. Power up. Power up. Defender. Bonus. Bonus. Defender. Power up. Emergency. Power up. One up. Bonus. Power up. Bonus. Defender. Power up. Bonus. Bonus. Power up. Power up. Roll unit. Bonus. Defender. Roll unit. Emergency. Power up. Weapon level 2. Power up. Weapon level 3. Power up. Defender. Power up. Power up. Power up. Emergency. One up. Power up. Defender. Power up. Emergency. Power up. Defender.